At the party, my son's wife tore off my necklace in front of everyone, but none of them knew what that necklace really meant. I still remember the exact moment the chain snapped. Not because it hurt my neck, but because it felt like something inside my chest broke with it. The hall was full of laughter, music, and the clinking of glasses. It was my grandson's birthday party, hosted in my son's large modern house, the kind of house I once dreamed of for my family, back when my hands were strong and my back didn't ache. I stood near the corner, dressed in my old brown coat, trying not to draw attention. I never liked parties much, especially ones where I felt like furniture, present but unnoticed. Around my neck hung a simple gold necklace, old-fashioned, nothing flashy, but it rested against my chest like a piece of my soul. My son's wife, Rena, noticed it the moment she walked past me. Her smile froze, her eyes narrowed. "Why are you wearing that?" she asked loudly, her voice sharp enough to cut through the music. I looked at her, confused. "It's just my necklace," I said softly. She laughed, an ugly, mocking sound. "You think this is appropriate here? This isn't some village gathering." People started watching. I felt my ears burn. Before I could say another word, she reached out and yanked the necklace from my neck. The chain snapped. Gasps filled the room. The necklace fell to the floor, spinning once before lying still, like my dignity. "There," she said coldly, "you embarrass us enough already." No one moved. Not my son. Not the guests. Not even the waiters. I bent down slowly, my knees trembling, and picked up the broken necklace. My hands shook, not from age, but from something deeper. Rena turned away, satisfied. But what she didn't know, what none of them knew, was that the necklace she tore off wasn't just jewelry. It was my late wife. I had given it to her 45 years ago, the day I got my first promotion as a clerk. We couldn't afford rings back then, so I bought that necklace with 3 months of savings. She wore it every day until the day cancer took her from me. Before she died, she placed it around my neck and whispered, "When you wear this, you carry us." After her funeral, when my son was struggling financially, I sold my small piece of land, the only inheritance my father left me, and quietly used the money to help him start his business. That business was the reason for the mansion. That party. That woman's expensive dress. But I never told anyone. I stayed silent. That was my mistake. I straightened up and looked around the room. My voice, when it came, surprised even me. It was calm. "Rena," I said, "do you know whose house this is?" She scoffed, "Obviously my husband's." I nodded, "And do you know who paid for the first office rent, the machines, the licenses?" My son shifted uncomfortably. "Abba, this isn't the time." I raised my hand gently. "No, Beta, this is the time." The room went quiet. "I sold my land," I continued. "I emptied my savings. I kept nothing for myself. I wanted my son to stand tall in this world." Rena's smile faded. "And this necklace," I said, holding up the broken chain, "is worth more than everything in this room combined, because it carries a life of sacrifice." Someone whispered, someone else looked down. I turned to my son. I never asked for respect, but I didn't expect humiliation. He couldn't meet my eyes. "I won't stay where I am unwanted," I said, placing the necklace carefully into my pocket. "Enjoy your party." As I walked toward the door, something unexpected happened. My grandson ran after me. "Dada, wait," he cried, hugging my legs tightly. "Please don't go." I bent down and held him close, breathing in the innocence that still existed in that house. Behind us, I heard Rena's voice tremble. "I didn't know." I looked back once. "That's the problem, you never asked." I left that night without anger, only clarity. A week later, my lawyer visited my son. The business. It was never fully his. The documents were in my name. I transferred ownership, not to myself, but into a trust for my grandson, with one condition. No one who disrespects family will control it. Today I live peacefully in a small home. I fixed the necklace. I still wear it every day. And my son's wife, she doesn't tear things from people anymore. Because now she understands something priceless. Some chains may break easily, but the hands that built everything are not so easily forgotten.